Good evening, lovely tubers. My name is the White Mexican, and welcome to Market Watch Investments. I have a plethora of cards that I'll be showcasing for you guys tonight. These are my personal selections, and I do hope that you enjoy. Getting things kickstarted tonight is going to be a little bit different, so I wanted to showcase some actual vinyl posters. These are really old, really cool, and they actually hold some pretty significant value. So there is one of Enemy of Justice here, and I actually personally have one of these. It's the RDS one, which I'm going to go into in a few minutes over here. These are really nice quality, don't really rip easily by any means, and they kind of have like these metal pin prongs in the four corners. And anyway, I just think this is really cool. I'm totally into decor myself, and this is I can only find one listing of this. Maybe there's other platforms that have this for cheaper. Obviously this is like ridiculously overpriced. Like a K for a poster seems kind of insane. Now granted, this was a really infamous set for all you hero players, very old, and just a cool collector's item in general. And again, I'm just really into like decorations and stuff. So here's one for Rise of Destiny here. This is actually the same one, personal one that I have. Again, really nice quality on this. Rise of Destiny was the 13th core set here in the TCG, and it's the closing set, what I consider White Mexican Theory Generation 1, the first 13 core sets, LOB through RDS, so really significant history merit on that. Then, of course, here we have the Lost Millennium, which was another set that got this vinyl border treatment, which is really cool. And these are going for pretty much 800 bones. I'm sure they're cheaper variants you can probably find, but I just wanted to showcase these really quick for you guys. And apparently there was a Light of Destruction one. I've never seen this one before, so when I was doing my research I actually found one of these. I don't know if this was a custom make. It looks like the same build as the standard, so I don't think it is. I think it was like an actual official Konami standard creation here. I was not aware of them releasing this for such an infamous set. Light of Destruction by far is one of my all-time favorite sets of this era, specifically of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I was pretty excited to find that out. This is ungodly expensive, obviously. There was only one of these that I could find, at least on the eBay platform, so I'm not really sure, but it was really cool to find this just in general. Obviously, Honest is pretty awesome. So next thing I want to talk about is going to be the second Haunting, so the next generation of Ghosts from the Past. Be honest with you guys, really was not a big fan of the first one. The selections that they made were kind of lackluster in my personal opinion. It was pretty cool that they used Dark Magician as a ghost, and it was the original starter deck Yugi artwork variant, but other than that, it was a pretty lackluster set. There really wasn't much of anything that I found super impressive, but I think that's all going to change with the second Haunting. Now, there's rumors, and there's been pictures, and there's been things circulating online. Obviously, hopefully these rumors are true. Again, I don't really know how verified sources work, but this is supposed to be a preview of what it's supposed to look like, and obviously you guys are probably well aware of the ghost rares that are going to be selected. We have Archfiend, we have Cyber Dragon, but more importantly, we have the original starter deck Kaiba artwork variant of the OG Blue Eyes White Dragon and Dark Magician Girl. Now, one thing that's interesting about this is it's going to bring in a special part of the market, because you notice that first I have to say this was a phenomenal ploy by Konami. I think this set is going to sell like hotcakes. Everyone and their mother is going to want this set because of these two cards. OG Blue Eyes and Dark Magician Girl in Ghost Rares is just going to be unparalleled, and these are going to forever be some really heavily sought after investment cards. With that being said, to the best of my abilities, and if they're following through, at least with this artwork and based off this cover, it appears that Konami is going to give us the TCG artwork of Dark Magician Girl and not the uncensored OCG Japanese variant. With that being said, and this may be a long shot, but this is just personal White Mexican theory for you guys, I still believe that the OCG Japanese variants of Dark Magician Girl, because they are the uncensored artwork, are going to hold some form of value. Because the one that we're going to get is more than likely, or if has already been predestined, not to be the uncensored artwork. I know we got the uncensored artwork in those terrible Lost Art Promotions wannabe ultra rare, just total garbage, severely unfortunate. But this artwork's better, and I know that, you know, it's high rarity ghost rare, so everyone knows that this is just going to be insane. With that being said, though, there's actually two variants in the TCG in Japan of Ghost Rare Dark Magician Girl. The second print was this set from Duelist Pack 23, and we can see a quick search here on the eBay platform. Price and shipping lowest first. It's roughly around 160 bones. And there's a couple different variants here for roughly around 160, pretty much all around 160 variant. I wanted to see if I could get a close-up for you guys because this artwork is phenomenal. Now, granted, it's not the OG artwork of Dark Magician Girl, but still really, really cool. Like her stance here. And again, obviously, it's pretty clear to see the OCG uncensored artwork. We got the bust on the chest, and we got the black dark magic star pendant on the chest. Are the two significant identifiers here for the uncensored artwork. So I personally have been watching these for quite some time, and I'll be honest, I haven't pulled the trigger on this because originally with the first Ghost from the Past, it was rumored that Dark Magician Girl was supposed to be in it, and then obviously they're bringing it back for the second set, which is fine. But I think that these have some interesting value. I mean, I understand that a lot of people, myself included, really are not into any OCG stuff personally. There's a very small market, even more so now for me personally, that really only invests in the very, very tiny pocket of the OCG market. But I think that this is still something to take a look at. Really quickly, I'm going to show you guys how a quick little trick. I've done this before. If you guys are interested in OCG stuff, this is a quick way to kind of go switch the platforms here on the official Konami website to get all the sets and the rarities for the OCG. So you're going to go here to the main site. You're going to go to the the gameplay, then card database, and then you're going to go to card search. You can type in Dark Magician Girl or whatever you so choose, and then you have to actually select the card first. It's not going to work if you toggle to the Japanese section quite yet. You actually have to click into the card. It's going to bring up a new tab, and once you're actually into the tab, you'll see all the rarities, all different sets. These are all the TCG English sets here. Then you go up and toggle to the kanji here for Nihongo, which is the Japanese language. It'll switch over to the OCG website, and then you'll get the uncensored artworks here of DMG in all its glory. And then you'll see all the sets and the rarities here. So what I showcased here was actually not the first Ghost Rare print of DMG. It was actually the second print. In Japan, they call it holographic rare. Holographic rare means Ghost Rare for us, and that was released in 2019. Originally, it was some kind of champion prize pack card here back in 2017. The 2017 JPP01. This is extremely hard to find. I mean, rightfully so, given it was a World Championship prize pack or something like that. I was only able to find one of those on eBay. Not that one. This one. And, well, actually, technically two. And these are, like, ungodly expensive. This one's from Europe. It's $28,000. Like, that's insane to me. And then there's also this one which just has the DMG. And this is going for, you know, in our currency, approximately $10,000+. So that's really, really insane. I can't really see I couldn't really find a good pictures of it, but this is it. It's the original OG, like, Magician's Force Generation 1 era artwork of DMG, and obviously it's in its Ghost Rare glory here, looking really, really great, sealed in the prize packaging here. So again, just food for thought. By no means do I think you guys should spend thousands of dollars and get this. I mean, it is really nice, and it's kind of how it's a World Championship 2017 prize card, you know, very prestigious and all that stuff. But just food for thought for you guys. Alright, so next is going to be actually two collections that I found on eBay that I thought were particularly interesting. And it's not necessarily that I think these are like a super steal or anything, but I wanted to kind of do things a little different. I wanted to change it up, and I love doing market watches and all that, but I think there's so much more to the market than just the secondary market and singles. So I went on eBay and I found this collection, and it's roughly around $1,000. So maybe you can work it down with the seller. I'm not really sure, but I thought this was kind of interesting. We have one of the Dragon Rulers here. I collect all the secret rare variants of the Dragon Rulers from the tin promos. I think these are all really great history merit on it. Unfortunately, this is unlimited, so that's kind of not really too much. There is 2 first edition super rare legendary collections Harpies Ladies, which are really great. You guys know I love myself some legendary collections 3 and 4 first editions goodness. We also have this secret here, which is from the same set, which is really great too. We got a first edition Hunter. We have some original structure deck first edition Dark World stuff, original Graph, original Snow. We have some more legendary collection stuff here. The majority of this is first edition, by the way. There's very few things that aren't first edition. I'm not sure if this is an ultimate rare or an ultra rare. If I was to guess, I would assume that this was an ultra rare version of said. There is not really too much on here. I think this is a secret rare first edition Snow, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty cool. Secret rare first edition MST, Heavy Storm first edition, Super Rejuvenation. This mask is unlimited, unfortunately. This is I want to say an ultimate rare first edition, maybe, of Illuminite, which is really cool. There is secret rare first edition Dark Hole, same with Moon. We got the first holo foils of Zombie World. I'm a huge zombie fan, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, okay, so I think this is on a different page. We got, I think this is a Super Pot, so the old tin promo is a pot. We have first edition secret Super Poly. We have Imperial Iron Wall, Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force. I'm not sure which variant of Torrential this is. I would like to assume that these are first edition secrets. I don't know if this doesn't look like this hat. This looks like an original hat, but it's not first edition, so that's kind of unfortunate. And again, I can't really see. It looks like this is first edition. It's probably a secret rare of the Compulse. There is a first edition ultimate rare. Not sure the condition of Crush Card. This is worth some pretty good money. And there is some Neteria stuff right here. These are gold. I want to say, I think gold. So I think this is a Haunted Mine. Series 3 gold, so not the worst gold, but again, still kind of gold nonetheless. First edition Rabbit here. This is really nice. The first edition secret rare, I forget how to pronounce this card. Ghost Gold here, Herald of Perfection. I'm a huge Fairies fanboy, Herald fanboy, so this is really cool. I think this is a really special part of the market. The Ghost Gold, specifically from Haunted Mine, are really cool. And then you got some unlimited Blue Eyes and some tokens. So again, I'm not saying that this is worth $1,000. I just, out of like a lot of the collections I found on this platform specifically for eBay, this was something that I thought had a little bit more nicer stuff. And it was just something to kind of, food for thought. Next is going to be a British seller. Again, now I'm not advocating. I don't think you guys should go out and buy this or anything. I just thought out of the things that I saw, these were just kind of the more colorful, interesting listings. So unfortunately, the Bird Infamous Yada is not first edition, so that was a severe hit to this collection. But the Lily is first edition, original Generation 1, Legacy of Darkness, Injection Fairy Lily, one of my all-time favorite waifu cards of all time. Really cool. But the majority of the other stuff is really old in first edition, and that's what I find really interesting about this. We have a first edition Fiber Jar, Tyrant Dragon, Marauding Captain, Freed, Dark Hades, Parashaft, Yamato Dragon, Tsuchi, Creature Swap. I love this card a lot. This is really cool. Last Turn. So these are original ultra rare first editions. Again, I bag on ultra rare all the time, but there's some ultra rares that are tolerable, such as Generation 1 first editions exclusively, which these all are, which is really great. Obviously, we got some close-ups here looking in pretty good condition, and there's some other commons and rares here. It looks like the majority of this stuff is first edition, which is pretty cool. These are some really old sleeves. I remember I had these same sleeves as a kid. Mine were just silver with the gray backing here. So anyway, really nostalgic on that. Okay, so next is going to be, I found apparently, and again, I've heard of these. These are like an infamous, legendary thing, these packs. This is actually a European print, first edition sealed, apparently, allegedly. I mean, I don't know, but this is online. You never really know. A first edition copy of a sealed booster pack of Spell Ruler. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is, if you guys know your history, this set was originally called Magic Ruler. Konami and some other company had a dispute with Magic the Gathering, and they basically had to change Magic cards into spell cards. They had to completely rename them, and that's why they reprinted this set as Spell Ruler instead of Magic Ruler. And anyway, it was a big whole thing. And this being the second print run of the set, being Spell Ruler, not the original Magic Ruler, it was only manufactured in Unlimited. There wasn't first edition boxes, but apparently somewhere down the line, I guess they had made a very, very small amount of first edition boxes. I don't really know exactly how many. I don't even really know if this is like legend or not, but I had heard this like legend of a story before, and apparently this is a thing. Again, I'm not saying buy this. I really don't know if this is real or not. I mean, it looks pretty legitimate to me, as far as I can tell. A little bit long on the edges of this pack, but anyway, I just thought this was kind of interesting. I think it was like a little cool story behind it, and I just wanted to share this with you guys. I really don't know the legitimacy of this. I'm sure it's fine, but who knows. Obviously it's really expensive here, but anyway, I just thought that was really, really cool, because I had heard about these packs and that they were extremely limited on the market, and I just thought it was kind of cool to see something that may be the real deal. Next is going to be some playmats. So I love Shadal's. Shadal's is a really great engine. It's very splashable. You can blend it with a lot of things. The engine itself is really, really fun, relatively easy to pilot, and there's a lot of cool artwork and little side effects here. This is a mat. Apparently this was the 2015 Regional World Championship Qualifier mat. There's a lot of Shadal mats out there on the market. One thing I don't like is Construct's eyes is always closed. Now, I guess I don't remember. I mean, I guess her eyes are closed in the card art, but it looks so silly to me. She's like this big boss monster, and her eyes. She's always taking a nap. Like, I don't understand. Like, she's just like a sloth. She's always snoozing. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But we got Winda here on the right, and the Dolphin Girl and Construct. Anyway, this is one of the better mats I think that I saw. And there's a couple different ways to get this. This is just one I wanted to showcase because it was a quick zoom on the picture. Obviously this one's from Europe, and it's going for some charging in some Euroland currency, but I thought that was pretty decent. The next one are going to be some custom ones. So this one is a custom one from China. Now, I know that may sound like some, instant red flags, custom China, cheaply made, overly produced, all that stuff. Surprisingly enough, I mean, I can't vouch for all sellers, but there is some sellers. There's actually one I've actually showcased on my channel that I really, really like. I don't think it's this same. Actually, it is this one. The GG Minhai. This is a fantastic seller. I personally vouch for this. I've personally bought multiple mats from the seller, and they're actually good quality. They're crisp, they're not blurred, they're not cheaply made. I mean, as cheaply made as you can get to a certain extent. I mean, it is still China, but they do not come off like bad quality. It does take forever. This is coming from China. This is coming from the rice fields in China. So, I mean, it takes like a good month to be delivered, if not a little bit longer, but it will come. I've never had any issues with them not delivering, and they are really good quality. And they do custom stuff, and I think this is really cool. It's like the newer one with the pimp mirror, and there's like this other one, and she's stranded on a raft, and she's got this little like surrender flag and the little like water guy here. And anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool. So again, GG Minhai, they have a lot of different custom stuff, not even just like solely in Yu-Gi-Oh. They have like Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon and Magic the Gathering and a lot of good stuff. So this seller has the seal of approval for the White Mexican. And this is a different seller, so be aware of that. I can't really vouch for this seller. But this is probably the best Shaddoll mat that I found. I really, really like the artwork on this. Again, we have Construct here taking a nap. I don't know why. It's kind of silly, but the other two look really, really great. And the dragon doesn't look as silly in this one. I love this kind of burst beam of light. It's pretty cool. So I just wanted to showcase those for my love of Shaddolls. Next is going to be some TP stuff. So Tournament Pack 3 Needleworm. This is the original, very first print that we got. Ultra Rare out of Tournament Pack 3. Obviously, this is ancient. This is insanely old. And it's going for some really good money. Lightly played copies starting market price is going to be 620 bones plus this 3-bone shipping. And if you want near mint, it's going to go all the way up to almost 1,200 bones. So again, we see not only that significant price. Well, these are tournament packs, so they don't have first edition copies. They weren't manufactured, which is fine. But we're seeing that significant increase from lightly played to near mint within those same categories of cards, which is pretty incredible. Of course, there's a couple other variants, a couple commons here. But more importantly, there is the super rares from Tournament Pack 5, which I'll go over really quick. We're going to be covering near mint lightly played exclusively, and starting market price for that is significantly cheaper. It's very interesting. So the ultra rares are like 600 plus, and the super rare reprints are literally like 58. So you see an abundance of more affordable value. I don't know if there's just more on the market, but keep in mind, Tournament Pack 5 is not that much older than what was it? I think it was Tournament Pack 2 or something for the Ultra, the originals. These are both insanely old sets, and they're still holo foils. These are still very much holo foils of super rares. So personally, I really would, I could definitely see a lot of people, and I think it would be a lot more tactically beneficial to invest in the super rares over the ultra rares, because they're, in my opinion, just as cool as the ultra rares. Obviously, they're not as old as the original ultra rare prints, but they are still tournament pack, and anything tournament pack, super rare or above, is like magical to me personally. So 58 bones for lightly played. If you want near mint, it's going to go all the way up to 71, and there is 2 pages of availability. It looks like there is a playset here. Bulk pricing stack for 73.5 for a 3 stack. All these other ones are one-ofs. Just out of curiosity, it looks like there's another stack here for 78. So a couple stacks available. So Needleworm, pretty awesome. Of course, there is also the Legendary Collection 3 Yugi's World, one of the most infamous collection sets of all time. Again, I have nothing but praise for the set. I say it in almost every single video. If you guys have time, check out Legendary Collections 3 and Legendary Collections 4, as well as Legendary Collections Kaiba, specifically for the first edition prints. They just have some like really iconic cards and some really great rarities, and they were manufactured with really good quality. Like the prints are just really great in these sets. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at first editions, lightly played, and near mint. And these are four-ish bones, roughly, give or take. Again, so if you want a holo foil, now keep in mind it is, the lowly rarity of ultra rare, which is severely unfortunate and should probably, be fed to a cat somewhere in a street or something. But keep in mind that it is Legendary Collections Yugi's World, which was the first really big significant Legendary Collection set. Personally, in my opinion, I might be personally biased just because I'm just borderline obsessed with this set. So anyway, moving on. We have Morphing Jar. So same again, Tournament Pack 2, original ultra rares. Apparently this is 50,000. Who sells these cards? This is wild. Apparently there's only one near mint listing here on TCGP platform, and it's 50K. People have some very, very ambitious price points here. There's no way that this is ever going to sell. Who has $50,000 to drop on one single piece of cardboard? We get it. It's Tournament Pack 2. This is insanely old. This is very collectible. But this is just insane. Anyway, we see here for the lightly played copies, it's 5K. And then it goes to about 10,000. Apparently, this says a Jinzo misprint. Jinzo Jar misprint. What does that mean? Let's take a quick peek-sees here. I don't understand. Is this have like a shadow of Jinzo? I'm not really sure. All you need to know is this is insanely expensive. More specifically because there's obviously like only 3 on the market, so it's kind of corner on the market on that. But luckily for you guys, there are other variants that are pretty cool, like the OTS Tournament Pack 9 Supers. Those are really, outside of the Ultra Rares, the original TP2 Ultra Rares, there really isn't much that I find super interesting. I mean, same deal. Legendary Collections 3 produced the first edition Ultras, so you guys can check those out if you want. But overall, oh, here we go. So this had a super rare print. This literally had, you can kind of see like the parallel between this. If we take a look at Needleworm, it had Tournament Pack 3 Ultras, and then it had Tournament Pack 5 Super Rares. Then they had the Legendary Collection 3 Ultra Rares. And just the same as Morphing Jar, we have the original Tournament Pack Ultra Rares, and then the Super Rare reprints, and then we have the Legendary Collection 3 Ultras. So really quick, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the Super Rares. Again, these are going to be significantly more affordable than their Ultra Rare counterparts, a little bit more pricey than the Needleworm variants, more playability to this to a certain extent. And one thing that, is this still limited? I think this card is still limited. This is an insanely good card, and I get it, it's slow, it's a flip effect, it's extremely old, but this card still really holds up. If you pop off this card at the right time, it can be like some mad pluses. Lightly played is going to be like around 190, and if you want near mint, there's 2 pages of availability here. Near mint is going to be 276, give or take. So that is the super rare variants for you guys. Next is going to be the Shallow Grave. So I'm specifically showcasing the Dual Terminal 3 commons. I'm a huge fan of Dual Terminal. Dual Terminal has been discontinued for several years. Apparently, rumor has it that they're bringing them back at Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. And that would be pretty cool, but we'll kind of see how that works out. These are personally my favorite variants. If you guys don't know what the card does, this is the effect right here. Really, really old card. This goes all the way back to Generation 1 as a rare in Pharaoh Servant, which I'll get into shortly. Really not a lot of availability, just 3 listings, 1 single bulk pricing of a stack here for roughly around 3 bones. So pretty much eradicated on the market for this variant. If you're not going to get the DT variant, I really think the only other one worth much of anything is going to be the original print Magic Stamped Generation 1 Pharaoh Servants. Exclusively for the first editions, of course. You always have to go first edition. And these are very affordable. They're like a bone. Here's a lightly played set of 2. And they're all pretty much 2-ish bones across the board. There's only 2 pages of availability, and there is a single stack of bulk pricing playset here for roughly around almost, 2.5 or so, and then there's this shipping here. Really great artwork on this. Love the artwork on this, and the sheer fact that this is insanely old, and it's pretty cool. Obviously a slower card and all that, flip effects aren't super in abundance anymore, but great history of merit, great artwork, and just all around a great time. Next is going to be Appropriate. So talk about this card in and out. This is the super rare and only holo foil that we have here currently in the TCG as a super rare dawning out of Mystic Fighters subset. This card is insanely affordable. There's plenty of stacks available, well under $0.25 for first edition near mints. This card is really powerful. It's really not that hard to pop off. This is what the card does here. If you're not familiar with it, this is actually an insanely old card. These guys look kind of goofy. I really wish they made these guys look more like sinister and more like bandit thieves. But the shiny gold doubloons and all that is really cool. This is an insanely old card. It goes all the way back to Pharaoh Servant as well, I believe. Yes, Pharaoh Servant as a rare. If you don't want to get the super rares, which I highly recommend, I mean, might as well. I mean, it's not ultra rare, but it is still holo foil, so you might as well. And the best thing is it's so affordable for bulk prices for the holo foils, for the super rare reprints. If you do want to go for the original print rares, which is no harm in that, this is Generation 1 era, these are roughly around a bone. and there's 4 pages of availability. Let's see if there's any bulk prices. Even for bulk prices, lightly played first editions are still under a bone, and near mint first editions just go, you know, phantom over a bone for 7 stacks. So completely up to you guys on that. Next is going to be Ancient Fairy Dragon. So this card, 1, has amazing artwork, 2, has a couple effects that are pretty killer. Obviously, Ancient Prophecy is up there in age now, an old set. Definitely by far, if I'm so bold to say, I believe that this card is almost on the same level as Black Rose and Stardust Dragon. This is still a really great ghost rare. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, this is still forbidden. I'm pretty sure it's still on the ban list. Really great card, great artwork, great rarity, and just, you know, some really great history merit. Let's go ahead and take a look at some prices here. Starting market price for lightly played. Again, this is gonna be for first editions exclusively, always. And, like, that's just the thing. Like, if you're gonna go ghost rare, you have to go first edition. Like, I really don't understand, like, why people go for, like, these high rarities of, like, ultimate rare and ghost rare for unlimiteds. You know, obviously if they're manufactured in first edition, get the first edition print. Like, it's always, like, it's just what you have to do. Just white Mexican theory for you. Just what you have to do. Okay, so lightly played first edition is going to be $375, and then near mint is going to be $569. See if there's any bulk prices. There is no bulk prices available, so it looks like these are all just onesie twosies. Actually, they are just all onesies. So really great on that. Of course, there's the same set, Dawn, the ultimate rares, which obviously are not as juicy as the ghost rares, but still very high rarity, very nice looking. And these are starting market price is going to be 130 bones for lightly played first edition, and then if you want near mint, it's going to go to 193-ish. 192 to 193 near mint first edition. I can't do math. Okay, so some great stuff on that. And then, of course, we have the very old 10 secret rare promos, which I still think that these are pretty great. Obviously, it's nowhere near the ultimate first editions and the ghost first editions, but given that this is a very old tin promo secret rare, the coloring is really good. It really pops on the artwork. Now, granted, these still look really great. Obviously, ghost rare looks the best. This still looks really good. And these tins are extremely old, like 2009. This is a very old tin promo. And if you look at the Stardust and the Black Rose secrets from this era, I think it was 2008 or 2009, where the Stardust and Black Rose tins came out, those are worth pretty good money. And I consider this era of collector tin promos collector's value. They're pretty good. So I think this has room to go up. It's pretty much around 5 bones all across the board. As you can see here, 5 pages of availability. It's check bulk prices. Goes up a little bit for bulk prices. All you played goes to about 8 bones. And then near mint jumps quickly up to 30. So that's a significant jump for the bigger bulk prices of the stacks. So Ancient Fairy Dragon, again, I highly recommend that you guys go and you look at like these old, like 2006, 2008 era of tin promos. They're worth pretty good money, and I honestly believe, genuinely in my heart, they have no place but to go up in value as time goes on and they get older and harder to get. Next is going to be Neteria Exterior. So, one, this card looks amazing. It has just unparalleled artwork. Obviously, it's DT. Not only is it DT, it's DT Holofoil Ultra Rare, which again, I mean, ultra rares are the most disgusting rarity of all time, but keep in mind it is DT, so it gets salvaged from that. It gets shielded from the nastiness by being DT. That's what its saving grace is. Obviously, a ridiculously amazing effect. There's going to be a way. Obviously, this is a hassle to pull out right now, but I'm sure that some smart guy in a laboratory somewhere underground is thinking of this super combo, and with new support, I would not be surprised if sometime in life there's like a cheatsy way of whipping this out and just like wrecking havoc on the game state. So I think personally that this price point is very fair. I don't think this price point is going to last. There is a 4-stack right off the bat right here for lightly played for 12 bones. If you go down here to this seller here for 15 bones almost, there's 2 play sets here. And then also right here, there's a fat stack of 9 for, you know, around the same price here. So I think these are really, really crucial. Personally, I think these are really good buys. If you guys don't buy these, I personally am warning you right now, I'm probably going to go and try to scoop some of these up, because I think this is a really good price for this card, specifically for the DT holofoils. Equally enough, there is and there's only 2 prints of this too, which is very interesting. Original prints, Hidden Arsenal 4, specifically for the first editions. Again, you always have to go first edition. That is so crucial. That is like a life and death matter right there. For the bulk prices, they're about 5 bones. Near mint first edition is 5 bones. Here's a 9 stack right here. So if you want to get a more affordable version that's still really, really great, and it is the OG print, it is high rarity secret rare, that is definitely an option for you guys as well. Next is going to be Dark Necrofear. I love Dark Necrofear. I love this card. It has a lot of great rarities, and we're just going to get right into this. So, Generation 1, purple set, LON, Labyrinth of Nightmare, lightly played first edition copies, going for roughly around 78 bones. If you want to go for near mint, it's going to go all the way up to 122. Kind of trickles up after that. 2 pages availability, and there's no bulk prices available here on the TCGP. Rightfully so. There is the dual terminal 2 rares, which for the longest time there used to be an abundance for days. Big time bulk prices here. Let's switch over to stacks, see if there's how many is left. There are a few here, not as big. I mean, you were talking about like 40, 50, 60. There used to be tons of these. Now there's a couple stacks here, and they're roughly around 3 bones for this play stack, and then they trickle up after that. So not too much of crazy availability. If we take off stacks, it's pretty much roughly around the same thing, around 3 bones. This is probably my second favorite. If you're not doing the first edition ultras original prints, then I would, for the price, I think the DT was definitely next in line. There also is the Master Collections Volume 1 Secret Rares, which these just look so gorgeous. I love these a lot, and these are relatively affordable, well, very affordable here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at bulk prices. There is significantly less for bulk prices, 3 stacks of 3, and those are roughly 3 bones for lightly played, and about 3 plus shipping for near mint. So really great stuff. I love just the dark, like, evil Ailing era, and like this elite armor, and like the Shatterfoil doll, and this is just everything about this card. It's not like a super like crazy like powerful card or anything. I just love how it's dark. It's Fiend. It's level 8, so you can have some sick level 8, rank 8 XYZ plays, and this is just such a sinister looking card, and I love the darkness behind this card. Next is going to be Pot of Avarice. So we have Elemental Energy, highest rarity as the ultimate rares here. This card is still really good. Obviously, like anything else, there's always a way to stop it, kind of make it fizzle. Pretty cool artwork, obviously being an old ultimate rare, and it's worth really good money. Apparently there's a near mint first edition variant here for 105, and then it goes to 165 plus, and then just kind of trickles on after that. Only 1 page's availability. It does look like there is a couple stacks available though. There is a stack of 4 for lightly played first edition for a Phantom under 200 bones for 196, and continues to trickle up after that. Fun story. So I used to live in Japan, and me and my friend, she actually took me to Osaka a couple times, and one of the times we were there, I actually found the shop that sold cards that, you know, international cards. So there was some European cards, there was some English cards, a whole bunch of stuff, Asian English cards, and I actually picked up, I think it was 2 or 3 copies of Deutsch, German, European first edition Ultimates, Elemental Energy, which were really cool. And I think I still have some of them. I'll have to check my stock, but it was good times. Equally enough, they have the secret rare reprints from Legendary Collection 4. Once again, infamous Legendary Collection 4, Joey's World. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some near mint lightly played first editions on here. So if you don't want the ultimate rares, these secret rares, no shame in that. Really great rarity. 8 bones for lightly played first editions. Near mint's going to be roughly 9-ish. And if you want to do bulk pricing, about 7 bones for lightly played first edition, and then your mints are going to jump to 12. So that is definitely going to be the second place runner-up to the first edition Ultimate Rares. If you don't want to get the first edition Secret Rares, there's some Dark Revs, very expensive for, you know, you Dark Rev lovers, to each their own. But me personally, if you even want to get a more affordable version, I would just go for the very original super rare prints out of the same set, Elemental Energy. First editions exclusively, and they're like 6 bones for lightly played first editions. And then if you want near mints, they're going to be around 7. And there should be a little bit more bulk pricing. A couple bulk prices here quickly increase. The first one is around 7 for near mint first edition, then goes to 20. And those last 2 are 20. So Pot of Avarice, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so the last card that I have for you guys tonight is going to be Masked Hero Darklaw. Everyone loves this card, everyone hates this card. It all just depends on what side of the board you're playing on. This card is worth some ridiculously good money. Starting market price for this Ultimate Rare is going to be $425, but that's Spanish, so we're really not going to talk about that. 500 plus for this European-Italian one. And then we have our first English prints that are going Phantom under 500 bones. They're going for 481. And let's see if there's even any bulk prices. There is a couple bulk prices. They go to bust the cap of 1K, so ridiculously expensive. Let's take a look at some other variants here. So the Duelist Saga first editions are going for pretty good money. They're about 18 bones for lightly played first editions. There's some European ones for more affordable prices if you guys are into that. And then, yeah, near mints are like 22, so only 2 pages of availability on that. This obviously is the second runner-up, in my personal opinion, to the Ultimate Rare. But also, you know, the Super Rares is, you know, if you want a first edition Super Rare, I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I personally would play, I would play the Duelist Saga variants too. I mean, that's fine as well. But given for how powerful this card is, this is just an insanely good card. Around 2 bones for, you know, a couple stacks here for near mint first edition. So that is an option as well. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been part of my life for many years. I feel extremely compassionate about this game. I love the deck building, the brotherhood, the community building, the creativity, the investments. There's so many amazing things that go into this hobby, and life's just boring without hobbies. It's so important to have things to invest your funds in and to think about and to strategize, and it's just an all-around better time. The world's a really crazy place. There's a lot of depression, loneliness, anxiety, stress. There's so many things that try to tear us down on a daily basis. Please remember to be a brother, be a sister, be a friend. Always show kindness, respect and love everyone, and please, please take care of each other. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.